Okay. Um, the next week, the 25th through the 26th through the 1st, is what we're gonna do in this one. I don't want this. I'm in a mood, and I don't want this to take any longer than it really. I don't even know what's falling around me anymore. I don't want this to take too long. So I've already set up how I had. Oh, and then this is what last week ended up looking like. I had that in the last one. I was talking about how I had that other sticker, and I just put it in because I didn't want to fuck with it. I just wanted it in so I can get everything laid out, and then this can go. I'm trying to smooth out my process. So I kind of want to treat these as like mini weekly diary things, to show that I'm a real person, and I fuck shit up, and shit gets fucked up for me, and real. I'm not like this fake thing. So I want to start with like, I don't know, I guess if you want a more in-depth background video of, I don't know if I want to go into childhood stuff. I don't know, it'll probably come up. Childhood drama wounds. But I can make a video like that. I don't know I don't know if it'll be a bullet journal video or if it'll be a drawing video or what. I don't know what that'll look like. But I'll talk about it. So yeah. So background, personal arty background stuff. So because this has meaning to what the tangent that I know I'm going to end up on. In the county that I live in, there is, in high school, you have the option to go to what they've renamed the Tech Center. They renamed it the Tech Center. And it is a place where you can go for 4 hours a day, every day, to be taught a trade. And I went for graphic design. I have an older brother, and he went through their work services special ed program. So like I and my brother is 8 years older than I am. So I knew about the place for a while and anything. So it was, you go for your junior and senior year, so your last 2 years in high school. And in 10th grade, you get there's a visitation day where you go check out 3 different courses that they offer. And I fell in love with graphics, and that is graphic design. So that is like logo design. It's working on the computer. It's logos. It's that kind of thing. Like that's what graphics, making posters and that kind of thing. So I fell in love with it. I spent 2 years. I did my junior, senior year, and then I went to. So that would 2 years of graphic design in high school. And then I did another 6. And then after high school, after I graduated high school, I went to the community college that is attached to the tech center. They're in the same complex. And I got my associates in graphic design. So my schooling, and that's part of my schooling, I have a graphic design degree. So I can go and do the shit, and I'm good at it. I am good at what I do. So there's 4 years of graphic design. And then I transferred, after I got my associates, I transferred to I live in, like, it's this weird ass podunk college town. Like, there's 3 colleges in the biggest city in the county. And I went to one of the universities there after graphics, after my associates in graphics, and I was going for my BFA, my bachelor's in graphics. And so I have bad dyslexia, so reading, writing, my brain does not comprehend English paper worky thingy. Like, it doesn't work. It does not compute. Error 404. Like, it does not register. So I have had to struggle and put in 5 times, 10 times, sometimes 20, 30 times the effort that most everyday people have to put into for their studies. And I got good grades. It's not like, even though for everyone going back to school, C's make degrees. You do not have to destroy your soul to get straight A's. You don't. C's get degrees. As long as you retain majority in the information, which you won't, after you graduate, depending on your field, it doesn't matter. As long as you pass the class and you have a general understanding of what that class was there to teach you, you are fine. So I went to this higher university for a bachelor's in graphics. I got into their graphics program, and one of the first actual graphic driven classes that they offered. Hated it. And keep in mind, I had been doing graphics for 4 years. 4. I don't give a shit how bad my nail polish looks right now. 4 years. Okay? That's a long, long ass time. And I wasn't taking, and from the time I was in 10th grade, the summer between my 10th and 11th grade, my second and third year in high school, I had been going to school all year round. Okay. And in the States, that is not really a thing. I was in summer school. I was doing summer school because I had transferred high schools and some of the classes didn't meet up, so I had to recover that by taking these classes over summer. And I did that in college. I was doing, I think, anywhere from five or six classes in the fall and winter semesters. And then I was taking 2 minimum, 2 courses during the summer. So I I think in that time I had maybe in those 4 years I had maybe 3 months of not being in an educated system where I was just existing. And this is between the age of 16 and, I don't know, y'all can do math. Whatever 16 plus 4 is, 20? Yeah. So this is between 16 and 20. And those, like, that's ridiculous. But I did it, and anyway. So then I've done 4 years of graphics at this point, 4.5. And then I switched into illustration. I really like, sorry, my camera's doing some weird stuff. I really liked the drawing aspect. I was sick of staring at a computer all the time, so I said, fuck it, I want to do something else. And hey, I'm really good at this, like, drawing thing. Let's do that. This is the type of, and photography. I'm good at photography too. So I switched majors and went into their more along the lines of illustration, digital media, so I could do the photography that just truly comes really natural to me, and illustration, where I was still learning my process and how I do things, and consistency, which I'm still really kind of working on. I did 2 years of that. So I have done 6 years of art industry field work. 4 of which were in the actual college setting. And then the 2 years I did through high school, which I did get college credit. Like, it was accredited. I got college credit for my 2 years at the tech center. So I know what I'm doing. And I understand how to lay things out. Layout is one of my favorite aspects of how to do things. If you have the text and you have, like, a general idea, I will make it look good. The definition of how I say of what my degree does, I make shit look pretty. Yeah. So, fast forward. So, anyway, some stuff happened with the where I was at. Some personal issues that I don't think I can actually, I don't want to talk about them on here because it's not irrelevant. It does not matter what happened. What matters is that I was unhappy. I was, in all of this 5 years of schooling, 6 really, I had met my husband, we got engaged, and we got married. And we bought a house. So that's a lot. That's a lot to put on. That's a lot of things in your early 20s to do. And so I became a housewife. I essentially became a housewife at the age of 22. 23? Anyway, stupidly early to be, in my opinion, I guess. Just kind of a crazy number to be a housewife. I was doing I was full-time courses, so that was like 14, 15 credits, which is 4 classes, and three of the 4 classes I was taking per semester at this university were 4-hour studio courses. And that means you sit in a room and have some pretentious pricks tell you, I love how I'm like, I don't want this to be a long 15-minute ramble. How you are trash and your opinion doesn't matter, even though I'm good at what I do. And this isn't like tooting my own horn. This is, if you look at my work, especially my graphic work and my illustration work, I am good. I'm good at what I do because I take pride and I care. Like, I care about the quality of work that I do. And not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people give a damn anymore. So, with all of that, I could not take the pressure of being a full-time college student, which is 14 credits. All of these courses don't care about the other classes that you're taking. They expect you to just, anyway, good luck in college, guys. Just, there's more to life than college. And there's more. There's more out there for you. But I was doing the 14 credits. My husband is a machinist, and he does anywhere between 8 and 12-hour days of hard manual labor. And that takes a toll. So I was doing everything outside housework. I can't do the dirt. The dirt just, so I was cleaning the house. I was vacuuming every day, at least every other day. The floors were getting mopped every week. Groceries were being done. Laundry fucking sucks. On top of, like, in cooking, I was making sure dinner was done and on the table when he got home every night. And so I'm doing all of this housework on top of maintaining at least a B average. And that isn't sustainable, feasible, anything. So I was losing my mind. And too, one summer and then I was also working. I was working for a while. And so I was doing all of this 1950s style housewife shit, going full-time to school, and then trying to please my husband. That was unrealistic. I had put these, and society too, had put these unrealistic shit on me. I love how this really isn't the tangent I wanted to go on to. Anyway, so I quit. So I stopped. Some things happened that I wasn't happy with, and I left. I stopped. I had it was another, I think, 4 or 5 semesters worth to get my BFA. And I couldn't do it. I mentally could not. I was having nervous breakdowns. I had a nervous breakdown. And that was when I had that breakdown, that was when I said, I can't do all of this anymore. So I left. And I went into metaphysics. I had found a local metaphysical shop in the town, and I did a full head dive. I said, fuck everything else, and did a full head dive. So now I am a crystal healer, certified crystal healer, and a Reiki 1 and 2 practitioner that I'm going into. I will be taking the Reiki mastership sometime in the next 3 months. And I am good. Like, this is another, when I care enough, I am good at what I do. And I've always been in this, like, motherly healer type of role. So it was just really a natural thing to get into and to do. So, and that was, I left college I left the spring of 18 was my last semester of school, and that's when I stopped to do all of this. I got my crystal certificate and the Reiki, and I'm still doing it. And I love it so much. And the shop is trying to grow, so I offered to do some photos and some other graphic related things for them, in understanding that we trade a lot. So, and some other stuff, it came up, and they were giving me discount. And for the amount of energy and effort, I did not feel compensated and was a good exchange for what they were offering. So I declined, and I said no, which is really hard, which is still something I'm learning. It's like, I know, 24, like, what the fuck? But it is, I don't know, saying no when you were raised to be a yes sir, yes ma'am. That is how I grew up. My parents are older, and you didn't say no. There was no. I mean, obviously they said no to me because I'm their kid and I'm a little shit. But there was, if anyone offered or asked anything, it was always yes. It was always yes. And it's been the last year and a half that I have said no, that I've started to say no. And your worth, like, in this I was trying to talk about self-worth, but I guess that, I don't know. Because of the amount of schooling and I understand my self-worth. I know what, compared to the industry, and if I was doing a 9-to-5 graphic job, which I will never do, and if I do, someone please, like, come over and beat me in the face, because I do not want to do that. And that would hurt. It would hurt me more than help me. So please, if I'm ever like, well, guys, I think I'm going to stop YouTube and I'm going to go into a 9-to-5 job, please come over and hit me. Please. I give you full permission to come over and beat my face. If that discussion ever happens. So I respect their decision to say no, but I'm also respecting myself for also saying no. That I am worth more than what you are offering me. And because you are now not refusing, to respect me, I feel that it's a really big thing for me is respect. If you respect me, I will respect you. I don't care age, gender, creed. I do not care. As long as you show me respect, I will respect you. And once you stop respecting me as a human being with choices and feelings, you could be on fire while I'm drinking water, and I'll just keep sitting there roasting marshmallows. Like, I'm truly an all or nothing. I have a hard time doing things halfway because I don't see the point in belittling myself to do anything halfway. So yesterday was a day because that's when a lot of this went down. So, I mean, it's their choice. They're a small business. I understand. I don't even know where this conversation's going. I am having with myself right now. I guess it's because I know people have, and especially women have this they just have a hard time that's not right. Your value and understanding of self comes from within. No one else can tell you that you're worth it or you're not. That is a personal decision that you make for yourself. And that's something really, really important. I don't know. I don't know where I went off on school, and then that kind of derailed me. You matter. Even if you don't feel like it. Because I went into a tailspin yesterday of what the fuck. Because I had a plan, and it said, "Oh, fuck you," right in the face. And honestly, thinking about it, that's the second time in because a really similar moment happened back in December of 2017. That's funny. I can't take subtle hints. I have to be smacked in the face. You determine your self-worth. You know what your worth is. You know what your time and your energy is worth. And you have to stick with that. And if anybody doesn't want to comply to that, if that is for the 9-to-5 job that you work at, if that's working at McDonald's or Taco Bell, wherever it is, and this is also within if you can't afford to get out of that situation, then know that you can power through and that better things are coming. And I will be the first one to say that I know I am a privileged white girl. I love my Starbucks. I don't have a technical job. I'm a healer, so that's how I make some money. But I'm fortunate enough to have my parents who will always have my back when it comes to finances, and a husband who's willing to let me play with rocks and do this YouTube art thing. Like, I'm really, really fortunate, and I understand that is a place of privilege. So, and two, I understand that some people don't have those opportunities to be able to leave. But I think just understanding that you matter, and this is still a lesson even for me in this, is that you matter to people. Your existence matters. It may not seem like it. It may seem like everything is crashing down around you, no one gives a fuck, and everything is going to hell. You still matter. And your worth is not based on your productivity. And I have other family members who are really kind of angry. I get a lot of, I wouldn't say resentment, but it's really it's this weird place of anger of like, how dare you quit college? And how dare you not have a BFA? And all of these other things. And it's like, and a key point in why I left is that I was miserable. My skin looked bad. I wasn't eating. I was not in a healthy place. And at one point, someone said, and I've since resolved this situation, but they were like, well, if you're not in school, then you better be making babies. And I can laugh about it now, but I was so angry that this is where society has said a woman's place is that if you are not bettering yourself, and if you're not this, or this, if you're not doing these things, if you don't have this 9-to-5 piss-ass job, then you're only worth producing offspring in this. The planet is on fire. Like, we are literally dying. And their whole thing is if you're not withering away in college to better yourself, which I'm pretty sure the only thing college has taught me is how much I hate myself and how much of a trash of a human being I am. I go back and forth between loving myself completely and I am the biggest dumpster fire on the planet. And I think that's honestly just humans. But it was like, that was one of the first moments of how dare you put this ridiculous stigma on me, and that I am only good for what my body can do versus what I'm mentally capable of doing, which is help. Like, my main thing, I've always, and this is from when I was really little too, I've always wanted to help. I'm a helper, I'm a healer, that is what I do. And that is what I'm good at. I mean, I'm really good at the art too, but that's more of self-help anyway. I love how this is totally going hella longer. Oh, I'm still gonna upload all of it though. So a lot of things are changing right now for me. And it's really kind of cool. Like, I don't know if I appreciate the way it's happening, but the universe has always been like, yeah, you're just fucking fuck you, kind of. In a way of, like, it's truly a fuck you in a loving way of, you don't learn any other way than having your entire world and life come crashing down around you. Like, you don't learn any other way, which is fair. It hurts. Hell, it hurts. And then with my comment about July, I haven't been dealing with my emotions, even though I will be the first one to tell you it's okay to cry when I do not do this myself. So with not doing this other program and not being there as much as I was, because I felt that I was the only one giving a damn when they who ran it didn't seem to care. So, well, if you don't care about me, then fuck ya. And I understand. And which is why I wanted to do this yesterday, and I couldn't, because it would be way too angry. Not that I'm not, like, still a little salty about the whole thing, because I am. But it's salt from a place of understanding. And honestly, kind of like my quote says, I don't know if you can see, I'm just kind of doodling with it. Oh, it's so cute you think I can't get something I want. And that's really, this has really kind of been, like, my life motto of, I am determined and bullheadedness that I get what I want. I will, end goal, I will achieve whatever it is I want. If I want something, I will get it. at some point. It's never, I've learned that sometimes it's not when I think I want it or when I think I need it. It's whenever the universe is like, oh, okay, you are prepared now to have this thing. So, yeah, so I'm not, like, I'm not saying all of this to, like, for pity of, oh, poor thing didn't get the thing that she wanted. It's to show that I know my worth. I know my worth. I know my limits. I know myself enough and care for myself enough that, okay, this is shit. And cool, you have this opinion, and okay, it's not going exactly how I had planned. And that's okay, because I am not lowering myself or belittling myself and just going with it. I am standing in my power and in my strength and saying this is not okay. So I'm removing myself from the situation. And that is something, and like I've said, and I will probably continue to say it, is that I am 24 years old. I am a child. I am still a child. And I'm understanding all of these things because of past experiences in my life. And there are some, like, my mom, who's a lot older than I am, is still learning these things, is still learning to say no, and I bug the shit out of this. I feel bad for what I did to her some days because I was a shitty kid. I mean, we're like, when you're 7, you're an asshole. Like, that's just a thing. That's just what happens. But I've always had this determination to get what I want. And it's not a bad thing. It's so not a bad thing. It's because even then I knew what I was worth. I knew my value at the age of 7. So, and she's learning that empowerment through me, and that's awesome. And I know I've helped, and a few years ago, three years ago now, I had the opportunity to connect with a previous teacher from who I had in 6th grade, 6th grade, somewhere in there. And I'll never forget it, and it makes me really happy thinking about it, is when, and we hadn't seen, it had been years since we had any communication with each other, and he was one of my favorite teachers in school, because he got it. He got the, not everybody learns the same way. Not everybody is the same. So we're going to try to do everything so that everybody's okay. And he came up to me stupidly proud that, and like I said, I have dyslexia. I've had dyslexia all of my life. And I was in a like I said, I understand I understand that I am privileged. I was in a private school for 6 years. And I've blacked a lot of those years out for reasons. And a lot of the teachers didn't, I mean, they liked me because I gave a damn, but they also didn't like me because I wasn't like everybody else, which is always fun. And he came up to me and he said that he was so proud. So proud that I wrote a book. Like I made a book. And that was why he was up, is that it was about his family. And I didn't know it until like halfway through making the book. And I'm like, holy shit, I know him. And it was really cool. And he came up, and then when he saw, like, he was like, that name looks familiar on the book. And then at the end of it, there's a photo of myself and then the other person that I wrote it with. And he got so excited that I had done something, that I had, like, done this accomplishment, when a lot of the teachers from that time, a lot of them didn't see that potential in me. And because I had a hard time reading, and because I wasn't like them, and I didn't follow I had my own agenda, they had theirs, and they did not like the fact that some shitty little kid had all of these different views outside of them, and those were not the greatest times. But he told me that he left the school not long after I did, and went somewhere else to teach. And he said that he changed his entire teaching curriculum and understanding because of me. And I mean, when you're 13, you don't understand you can't see the effects that you're having on people. And then to come back 10 years later and be like, and have this adult who you admire be, you changed me when I was 13, like, it's crazy. You don't understand the impact that you have on people. And I had never really given myself a lot of self-worth. I guess this all really does kind of tie you together. I felt that I did not give myself permission to accept myself, because I had all of these higher authority, like these authority figures be like, because you are not following my direct rule in the way that I feel that you should be, you are worthless. And that is utter bullshit. Fuck those people. And those people don't love themselves. That's what it comes down to. They do not respect themselves enough they don't see their worth. But because when some shitty little 13-year-old, I don't even think this was going to erase, 13-year-old comes traipsing in with all of this confidence and worldly wisdom for being 13 that these adults don't even understand. Because these adults don't respect themselves. So why in the hell are they going to respect a 13-year-old? It's not going to happen. And it didn't. But I knew even then my worth. So coming now with all of this is sorry, I got a message. I'm like, I don't fucking understand what's happening. Fuck, I don't even know where I was. You matter. I guess I'm done then, because I can't fucking. We're at 50 minutes. You matter. You care. Care about yourself. And if that's you treat yourself to a $6 Starbucks white mocha with caramel and whipped cream once a week, then do that. If that's taking 10 minutes to do your journal, if that's just sitting in your car listening to your favorite song and bawling through it to get you through this shit, do it. It's 5 minutes. All you have to do, if you give yourself 5 minutes a day to sit and just, if that's just sitting with your coffee looking outside, if that's reading a book that you've been dying to read but you don't have the time because society says you don't have the time, fuck it and do it. It's 5 minutes. And then have 5 minutes turn into 10, and then soon you're giving yourself an hour a day. And you're going to look and you're going to be so much happier. And do it. You matter. Your worth matters. And it's okay. It's okay to feel like shit. And it's okay. Like, everything is going to be fine. It's honestly, you're fine and it's okay are two of my biggest, like, catchphrases that I tell all of my friends whenever they're in, like, mid-crisis. Actually, I had a friend, crisis. My response was, you're fine. Because I know they were overreacting. And they were. But it's okay. You're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out the way that it needs to. It's okay. So, at 54 minutes, love yourself, and it's okay. Do the YouTube things, the subscribe, do the likey thing, the bell button, do the YouTubey things. If you like this rant thing that I just did, let me know. I'm fine. I'll go into whatever topic, I guess. It was just, I really wanted to talk about this self-worth topic because of what I've been personally going through. So yeah, the next video will be my September flip through, or not September flip through, September setup. I'm gonna have this be the little thumbnail thing. You matter, and you can get anything you want.